Hey guys, welcome to the 4K sub special. We have made it to 4,000 subscribers, and I just want to thank you all so much for supporting the channel, watching the videos, like, comment, and sharing. It means a lot and it always helps the channel to grow. So to celebrate today, I've got some chilies. I ordered their new ultimate Cajun pasta, which comes with chicken and shrimp. Normally you could just choose one or the other, but they decided to combine both of them. So I'm excited to get into this. Let's go. Okay, I wanted to show you this beautiful layout before I just dump it all over my plate. Check that out, guys. Some chicken and shrimp and some yummy pasta, and this must be, yes, garlic bread. So we're gonna get set up here in a bit. Now today's video is special because to celebrate the 4,000 subscriber mark, I decided to do a little Q&A video. Y'all sent in some questions, so I'm excited to get into them. Yeah. So these questions are varied, you know, just to have a little bit of something different. I try to group them together as much as possible so it can be kind of cohesive, but let's get into the first bite first. Just get some noodles and chicken. Now, normally when I get the Cajun pasta from Chili's, I tend to get the chicken because it kind of reminds me of the chicken Alfredo. But on occasion, I will have the shrimp. Check that out. Oh, I'm starving. Here goes nothing. Mix it up a little bit. I'm not feeling too much of the Cajun flavor. Normally, their Cajun pasta has more of a kick. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it used to have a little more sauce. It just needs to be stirred a bit. Ah, I lost some. This is creamy. But definitely not as spicy as I remember it. Okay, let's get into these questions. So, Tony asks, why did you start making YouTube videos? What inspired you? Oddly enough, the pandemic. I mean, there was a time where you really couldn't do much, and I've always like toyed with the idea of like expanding what I did on there. I mean, I uploaded like a video of my sibling playing on a performance, and then like some weird, I don't know, just a cappella singing video I did in my room. But you know, when COVID happened, there wasn't a whole lot to do. And I always had like a lot of poems that I had written. I thought, why not kind of translate that media into like a video? So that's what I did at first. And the whole goal was just to, you know, have a creative outlet and maybe eventually could get monetized, which I did. So it's been quite a journey. And what just continues to inspire me is just really doing it for fun and just having this extra outlet. If I can't always write or I feel like I can't sing, you know, it's fun to do something else and translate it into like a video format. I'm not sure what the deal is. Like, some of the bites are really creamy and then some of them are kind of dry. Let's see. Hannah asks, what inspired you to create mukbangs? Well, also around that time when the pandemic hit, I should say, I kind of stumbled upon these videos of people eating, and it was mostly like compilations. You know, people are like, you know, showing like the most cringiest versions or the messiest eaters or the weirdest foods. It was just so entertaining to watch. And, you know, sometimes people would tell stories versus just like eating the most ridiculous sized food or style of food. And I kind of liked, and I was like, oh, maybe I could do that. It seemed easy enough. And it's kind of turned into like a video diary, or if I had something to talk about. So I don't know, it was just another thing that I saw, like, I could do that. Why not? Plus, it's fun trying new things, showcasing some local places, and just sharing with you all. And it's like sharing a meal together virtually. Okay. Yorch Ivada says, how did you discover The Warning? What was your first impression of them? The Warning is a sister band out of Mexico. And believe it or not, I heard of them by name only. Back when they must have been like 11 or 12, they played the area at some local festival. I wasn't into them. I didn't really know who they were. It wasn't until I was going to go see Harold Storm in Corpus that I saw they were opening for them. And by that time, I was started poking around in their music. I was like, oh, they're pretty cool. But I was completely sold when I saw them live. I mean, they just blew me away. They're so powerful. They're so talented, so gorgeous. I was just like, whoa, why haven't I been into this band earlier? They really pack a punch. They hold their own. I really want to see them again. Hopefully they'll play South Texas area soon. I'll be all over that. Well, so far, guys, I am not getting that Cajun hit that the original Cajun pasta from Chili's has. Kind of low-key disappointed because I like that little bit of spice. But it is still enjoyable, despite the inconsistency with the sauce. Amy Sue Arnell asks, who is your favorite male musical artist? Now, this one I had to think about just because, like, normally, like, I get, like, focused on maybe frontrunners of bands, but I was really trying to, like, narrow it down to musical artists, not necessarily in a band. So I'm gonna have to go with Adam Lambert. I was, like, completely enamored with him when he came out on American Idol. And he's just such a talent. He has amazing voice, and truth be told, how I taught myself to sing, I would start to emulate certain singers like Amy Lee, and Adam Lambert was one of those, just try to reach that range. I think he does great work. I love what he did with Queen. I love that he tours with them. That was another show that I just had to see and I didn't get a chance to. But I'd say he's one of my favorites. He's very artistic, very powerful musician or singer. This chicken is a little tough, a little dry. Let me see. But then at the same time almost tastes like not seasoned right or not cooked. I don't know, there's something going on here. Some kind of weird taste. Kiko asks, your favorite barbecue spot? Now, I'm not really big into barbecue. I don't eat it that often. As far as like ribs goes and sausage, but you can't beat a family barbecue. I think that'll be my top place to get some barbecue is when the family cooks out. But if you're looking for like a restaurant, I would have to go with Ace's Barbecue. They're local. They're here in Mission, Texas, and they also have a restaurant in McAllen now. I always get their brisket enchiladas. They are so good. I think I had them on the channel recently. So good. And that's the type of barbecue I like, I guess. Chili's also has like a smokehouse barbecue thing going on. That's pretty good also. Get some corn with that and some jalapeno cheddar sausage. The shrimp is good. I'll give it that. Now we're mixing it up a little bit here with this next question. My buddy from Holloway Studios, he asks, Luke Skywalker or Anakin Skywalker? So if you're a Star Wars buff, I'm sorry. Or if you're not, maybe this is not going to be that entertaining or whatever, but I've thought about it. And I would have to say Anakin because he's just, I feel he's just a more skilled fighter, just more talented with the Force. After all, he was the chosen one. Not to say, but Luke had kind of a disadvantage. Like, by the time he comes around, there's like nobody really teaching the Jedi arts. I think Anakin is a better pilot. Anakin has more of a tragic story. But I don't know. I just feel like the New Hope Luke was like funny, like comic relief for me, like this hopeful youngster, and I do enjoy him as a character. But as the movies go on, and particularly the new ones, I'm not that big of a fan. I will like always be like an Anakin stan. I think he's just amazing. I think Hayden Christensen is amazing. So yeah, technically speaking, from my limited Star Wars knowledge, I'd say Anakin is better. Isha asks, when did your passion for music begin? Well, I want to say it started when I was falling in love with Los Lonely Boys, because that was like my first band I was into, and when you're like 12, 13 years old, you're like just so enamored. There's these dudes with long hair, and they're playing guitars really cool, and they're funny, and you get crushes on them and stuff. They actually inspired me to start picking up the guitar, which I still have that original guitar that my parents bought me. And it was just something about their music that felt really emotive, and sometimes you just feel it. Like I feel it with Ghost, or if it's Hailstorm, there's just certain songs that'll just bring it out of you. And I think my passion has really evolved and changed over the years. So of course in the beginning you're just idolizing these people, you're being a little fangirl, and then as I got older, I started to get into my angstiness. If I had a phase like that, you get into lyrics, and that's where your passion is, and you turn into like a supporter of local music. And then eventually, like you're front running this stuff, So it definitely has changed, but I think it all started when, I found my favorite band at the time. That's just something that spurs you forward, and they're still a great band. I still have all their stuff that I ever had. But yeah, I think that's where it started. Josh versus Metal asks, what is your least favorite Ghost song? That one is a bit of a tough one because there's like a group of them that can just kind of all be lumped together. And sad to say, they're mostly from Opus. Sorry, guys. Just for me, going back to what I was saying about vibing and gelling with music, I don't feel this particular track I'm going to name. I didn't feel any connection to it. Not really. I don't think it has that much emotion tied to it. Granted, I don't think that was the point with this song, but I'm gonna have to go with Prime Mover. It's just boring to me, and I just don't connect to it at all. And if a song of Ghosts had to be on the bottom, it would probably be that one. At least for me anyway. Y'all let me know what you think. I'm trying to try this chicken again if I have any left. Let's see. I don't know, man. It's dry and it's not as flavorful as I hoped it would be. I'm trying to preserve the shrimp that I have so we can make it through this video. David Booms Ma 2524 from YouTube says, how did you get into Ghost, and what was the first song you heard? So I used to work in retail once upon a time, and I was driving my coworker home at the time, and she was into rock as well, and she was asking me, hey, have you heard that new satanic song and satanic band that's on the radio? And I was like, no. It intrigued me. I was like, because it's like, oh, satanic, what is it, And so that was my introduction to them. I think I had caught it one time on the radio. I was like, oh, this must be the song. And it was Cerise, which at the time I didn't really understand how it could have been satanic. It's more of the undertones are not as prominent in that song. But from that point on, I started to look into the band and I saw their imagery and I was like, oh, okay. And I think for me, what really got me into them was just, I had grown up in the Christian church and then just kind of making my own spiritual journey. So I kind of saw it as almost rebelling, if I'm being completely honest, like getting into this. But I really resonated with the sound and the imagery, like this real gothic, mysterious band. And it was just something fun to like listen to. So that's how it started. And this is how it's going. Iron Diamond Man asks, what other bands did you listen to before Ghost came into your life? I listened to a lot of different music. I was really trying to remember because at the time when I found Ghost, it was like winter 2016. So I listened to a lot of stuff, but I don't think I was like as big into a band as I am into Ghost right now. But I listened to Hailstorm a lot, Evanescence, Mana. I'm wearing their shirt right now. Really into them. And I don't know, I was just like listening to a bunch of random stuff. And every time I was trying to think of a answer to this question, I was like, oh, this band and this band. But it's funny that all those bands happened around the same time I found Ghost. So I was like, oh, they don't really count. What else did I listen to? I listened to a lot what you would call emo music back in high school. There's Chiodos, Fall Out Boy. I think I was into Fall Out Boy for quite a bit. A little bit of Panic at the Disco. I don't know. I listened to a lot of country, a lot of just regular single artists like Lady Gaga and stuff. Ramseth asks, what are your travel dreams? I really wanted to answer this question. I would love to go to Europe. I have this affinity for like old ancient castles and things like that. I would love to see like the history, the architectural history of places. If it wasn't so dangerous, maybe even go to Egypt. As a child, I was in love with Egypt and everything to do with mummies and pyramids and pharaohs. I still kind of an affinity for it, but I would love to go see ancient places. I guess that's the theme. I want to go visit like ancient sites. I just feel like there's something magical and something so primal about them that I just would love to connect to that. And I would love to go to Europe also because there's a couple of friends that I want to go visit, maybe see a couple bands. I would love to go see Poets of the Fall because they haven't toured here in so long. They mainly play in like Finland and stuff like that. And just to see like the countryside of Scotland, Ireland. I would love to go to some like beaches in Greece and Spain. Just I guess all over Europe. This did not wow me, guys. I don't know what it is. It could have been so much better. Maybe it just would have been better with the shrimp and the noodles. That isn't bad, like, but it could have been more creamy. Still a little bit on the dry side. Last question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? 5 years. Whew. I see myself, I want this for myself. I want to be more at peace, more financially free. I want to keep creating. I envision myself, being better as a guitar player, as a singer. Project wise, I would love to put out some original music, but that is like, I wouldn't say a struggle because I'm not trying right now, but it is a bit of a challenge when you don't have it already in you. I feel when I was younger, when I was writing a lot, not necessarily music, but like poems and stuff, that energy, that creative juice was just there. And now it's not so much, even though I feel like I have a desire, like I want to have an original song, I want to sing my own song. It just hasn't really pulled together yet. I think that's where I want to be. I see myself growing on all platforms. I want to travel. I want to achieve those dreams, those travel dreams that I talked about. I want to collab more. I want to work with people that inspire me and that I admire. I'm going to just keep growing as a creator and in my soul as a human. I want to keep being a better version of myself. And I feel like I've come like a really long way. I never imagined my life would be what it is now. I went through a lot in my 20s, and growing up I was always so shy. I never thought I would be like in front of a camera and I'm eating and I'm singing and I'm sharing my life with people online. Uh, I was so shy. I would hide from my own grandparents. Fun fact. I'd cry and get scared and everything. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still get kind of camera shy and things like that, but I just can't believe I'm doing this, and I love doing it. I love sharing, and I love talking. I love meeting people. And it's funny, or it's interesting, I should say, all the different little pathways and segues that you could bond with somebody over. Like, I know the majority of people are like, oh, another Ghost fan. You know, there's a huge bridge there. Sometimes it's another band, it's Los Lonely Boys, or maybe it's something I've shared personally and like that resonates with somebody or it helps them out. It could be food, you know? It's like, oh, I love a foodie and I love to eat. I like watching people eat. I want to expand more into doing like haul videos and stuff because I think those are so cool. I'm planning one very soon, so y'all that are into that stuff, like, stick around. I'll let y'all know in my Instagram when that drops. Speaking of which, well, kind of ish, I am a new affiliate. Oh, sorry. I am a new affiliate for Ectogasm. It's a small shop, boutique. They have like a lot of cool gothy pins and socks and back patches. So I'm gonna link all that stuff down below. And I'm really excited to be an affiliate for them. I have one of their pins on my leather jacket. I've been eyeing that thing for years, and I finally got it. I'm also an affiliate for Dead Man Co. They have a lot of apparel. If you guys want to check that out, I have a discount code down in my description. Well, we're going to call it a day on this because I was not impressed. Oof. I mean, I ate most of it, right? But I was hungry. But it was average. I'll give it a 5 for this ultimate Cajun pasta from Chili's. It was kind of dry in some spots. The chicken's got a weird taste. And it didn't have enough spice. Like, I think the original Cajun pasta is really spicier. And, you know, some people might not like that, but I think that's what makes the dish, you know? But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much, whoever submitted questions. I loved answering them. Maybe later on in the future we can do another video like this. If you guys want to follow me, see what I'm up to, check out my Instagram. I am still planning the 3K Ghost giveaway on there, which is a giveaway that I just have for the followers that has some Ghost related prizes, official merch, and some are handmade items from Ghost fans. So we'll do that later. What else? Oh, I've got a Patreon also if you guys want to see even more behind the scenes. I post like extra, like if I'm singing, I'll post extra songs or anything I'm working on. There's some extra reaction videos on there, things that did not make it to YouTube. So it's a lot of cool stuff. Check it out. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye!